Hi, I'm Holly Greer with the Alachua County Environmental Protection Department, and this is the Water Wisdom Series. In today's episode, we'll be talking about trash. Unfortunately, trash ends up in our local water. It ends up in our creeks and our lakes like this one. This is beautiful Noonan's Lake or Lake Pitlachoco. It can end up in our springs or rivers, and many people aren't fully aware of just what an issue we have with trash in our community. So we're going to explore that a little more. We also will be talking to the Executive Director of Current Problems, which is an organization that works to protect local water by organizing some awesome volunteers who donate their time and get out and collect the trash that ends up in local water or around local water or in sinkholes that lead directly to the aquifer below.
You may have heard or learned about the problem of trash in our oceans, but trash is not just a problem in these distant places, but right here in our local water too. And of course, we know water is all connected, so what happens locally can impact water in more distant places. Any trash that may be found along roads, in parking lots, or wherever it is on the ground in the community can all end up in local water. It's sometimes carried by wind into water, or it may travel down storm drains when it rains and into creeks as they move through urban areas. As water levels rise and fall, trash in creeks sometimes gets caught up in tree roots or along the banks. When water levels rise again, that trash can be carried back into the water, and our local creeks often lead to other water bodies like lakes, or they may lead to sinkholes that connect to the aquifer below. Trash is a significant threat to local water quality and to wildlife. It can create a hazard for wildlife that may eat something that can make them sick, or they may become tangled up in trash. All kinds of trash ends up in our water. You may be surprised to see just some of the trash that's been found in or around our local water. Yep, that's a shopping cart. Fortunately, there are organizations that offer help by organizing volunteers to collect trash. Current Problems is a local nonprofit organization that helps in this way. They recently held their annual cleanup at Noonan's Lake. Let's meet the director, talk to some volunteers, and see what kind of trash they found.
I am Nicole. I am the Executive Director of Current Problems. We are a river and waterway cleanup organization here in North Florida. We work in 16 different counties, but we specialize here in Gainesville and sort of span out from there. We cover all of the creeks and tributaries here in Gainesville and in Alachua County. And we also cover the entire Swanee River Basin, which actually goes all the way from Valdosta in southern Georgia down into the Gulf of Mexico, so straight through North Florida. We've been working in this area for 27 years, and we've done every year, we have annual events, this one included. We do the Noonan's Lake cleanup every year. We also do the Swanee River Basin cleanup. We've done that for 11 years now. Last year we pulled 38,000 pounds out of the river basin all over the area. So we coordinate with individuals, groups, organizations, companies who want to host their own cleanups in their area. We make sure they have all of the supplies and all the information that they need, and then we help them coordinate the cleanup. And we also collect the data at the end so that the Water Management District can track the flow of trash through the system, which is what's really important to us as an organization. We also have every year the Clean Creek Revival, which is hosted in Gainesville. We go through all the creeks and get as much out as we possibly can. This year we had to scale back a whole ton, and we still got 4,900 pounds of trash out of the creeks in one single morning in 3 hours of work, which is incredible. Our system of volunteers all across the city and all across the counties, people come in from all over to help clean up our waterways because they know that everything is connected.
Noonan's Lake is a well-loved and well-used lake in the community. The cleanup started at beautiful Palm Point Nature Park, a city park that's a great place to visit. All kinds of animals use Noonan's Lake as habitat, or they may use it as a place to find their food or seek shelter. From alligators to raccoon to bobcat, fish, birds, frogs and toads, all kinds of insects, and other small animals that live in the water. Noonan's Lake is important to wildlife. It's also a place people use for boating, fishing, and bird watching. Bald eagles nest around the lake, and it's a great spot to sight them. You can often hear barred owls just before dusk around the lake, or catch a glimpse of migratory birds as they move through the area. Let's see what the volunteers found during their Noonan's Lake cleanup. These dedicated people put on their masks and spent several hours collecting trash at the lake's edge and along nearby roads to keep the trash from ending up in the lake.
We cleaned up at the end of the road by the roundabout, and we found things like car bumpers and lots of glasses, a couple forks here and there. I think there was a phone.
Yeah.
We got lots of trash to pick up.
Here trying to help make things clean, and this wire, we found this wire, multiple pieces of wire, all this fishing line.
Fishing line, netting, rope.
It's horrible all around here on the edge. It's really sad to see, but we're here trying to help out, get our community clean, show awareness.
Yes.
To help reduce the amount of fishing line, there is a station to dispose of this type of trash along with a trash can. Fishing trash can be a serious threat because it's easy for wildlife to get tangled up in lines or injured by hooks. One important step for current problems is to record data on the amount of trash they collect.
So I'm tying up this bag, and we're going to use the scale to weigh it so we can make sure we have an accurate count of all of the trash that we've collected so far today.
There was a lot to weigh. I asked Nicole what kind of trash they normally find, and here's what she had to say.
Because we work in so many different areas, we find a lot of different kinds of garbage. We find anything from roadside litter, which also can trickle down through the system. We often find these tangled up in the roots alongside creek beds, because that's where it ends up once it flows off the street. We also find things that are deliberately discarded, wastes, dump sites, just garbage that people don't know what else to do with. A lot of times that comes in the form of either tires or larger machinery or mattresses. We find a lot of those. We found 3 today. But for the most part, a lot of what we deal with are either dump sites, which are sometimes sinkholes, which go directly to the aquifer. So everything that's in that sinkhole that people dump in there that's degrading goes straight into the aquifer. So we want to make sure that those sinkholes serve as a fresh window straight to our water.
Current Problems volunteers have cleaned up a lot of trash over the years in all kinds of places, from sinkholes, creeks, rivers, lakes, and all around these areas. Getting involved in local cleanups or just around your neighborhood is one way you can help prevent trash pollution from reaching our local water. Let's find out what the weight of trash collected was at Noonan's Lake.
All right, so we still have one group out, but even without theirs, our total right now is 749.4 pounds.
Now you know what a serious problem there is with trash that can end up in local water. Here are a few ways you can help. We all know that littering is terrible for the environment and it makes our community less attractive, so never litter. Loose trash can fall out of trash cans when waste is being collected, so put trash in bags so it's all bundled together. Recycling is an important step in reducing our trash. Learn what you can recycle and recycle everything you can. One of the most important ways you can help prevent trash pollution from ending up in our water is by reducing the amount of trash you create. Doing things like bringing a reusable bag when shopping can be really helpful. Plastic bags are so lightweight they can accidentally blow away and right into water. When you pack a lunch, make it a waste-free one by using containers that can be washed and reused. You can also bring your own water bottle or cup. A lot of single-use plastic bottles are found in and along our waterways. Many places also serve drinks in styrofoam, which doesn't break down well at all in the environment, and it's another really lightweight material that can easily get blown around and into water or storm drains that lead to water, so skip the styrofoam. Taking time to consider purchases can help to reduce waste and help you to save money. Reuse items and look to places like the Repurpose Project or secondhand stores for used and recycled items to help reduce unnecessary waste in our community. You can also help by getting involved in cleanups like the one you saw in this video. For more information about current problems or to inquire about volunteering, visit currentproblems.org or email cleanup@currentproblems.org. There are opportunities to join events, create your own, or do independent work. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Water Wisdom. I hope you'll join us again and learn more about your local water and how you can help to protect it.